So I remember, I think it was, I don't think it was for, it couldn't have been freshman year. I think I was going to Diamond View. So it was when I was in seventh grade because I only went to seventh grade at Diamond View, and then I got skipped up that grade. So I
Yep.
got skipped up from seventh to freshman. And so, yeah, I had to have been in seventh grade. That was that summer. Fuck, man, what summer was that? Like 97? It was the summer of 97 is when we started like really drinking. I think that it was me, you, and Junior was in there. And I think that's really where we started, or for, at least for me, is when I started really like drinking beer and shit. And it wasn't even really that heavy. It was just sometimes whatever. But I think that's really where I started like kind of getting my leg, I guess. And then drinking with, sometimes Steele, like his brother would get us beer and shit, when he came around, like when he was on leave or whatever. And shout out Tanner. Um,
Yeah.
fucking, and so, I mean, yeah, him, so I think that's when I started really drinking on, is like when I kind of got the taste, but I still didn't like it. You know what I mean? I remember I didn't really like it that much, but we had the Sugar Shack, or on Fifth Street, we had the
Oh yeah.
trailer
Hell
shit.
yeah.
We called it the Sugar Shack, or when my brother's time came around, they called it the Penthouse.
Yeah.
but yeah, man, there was many. Fuck, dude, that shit was so fun, dude. Like
Hell yeah.
that trailer, man. I mean, the shit that we were doing in that fucking RV was just crazy, man. Like, man, we just in that thing alone, man, we got some stories. But
I mean, I don't know if we should tell them stories. That shit was crazy. That's a private thing there, you know?
dude, it's like it went down. Everybody, I don't even know how many girls lost their virginity in that fucking trailer.
Yeah, that was like
But
the bunny ranch up north.
yeah, except for like, yeah, chicks would get blown out in that motherfucker. I remember coming home sometimes. It would be like late at night, and I never locked the fucking doors. And I remember uh, walking, like walking, like opening up my door, and there'd be like, I remember one time, uh, Junior was banging. You was with me because we walked all the way
Yeah, we
from
kind of
Johnson.
like walked in that bitch.
We opened the back door. We were like, oh shit, and fucking
Hey, excuse me, we'll leave.
yeah, we just waited outside. But shit was hella fun. But I mean that happened so many fucking times, dude. Like where I would just come home and I'd be like, fuck man, it's late, man. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be like drunk or whatever. And
Dude, I do not understand how your fucking parents let you have that fucking thing.
you had to know, man. Like at that time, it wasn't like there wasn't like really any violence. There was no
There
gangs.
wasn't
There
no problems, dude. That shit
wasn't
was
any
easy.
problem. We were just kids being kids. You know what I mean? But I mean, I remember this one chick. You'll know her name if I said it. I don't want to say it, but I was. But we had her in the trailer. It was me and RJ. Actually, I think I was still in Diamond View, and we had this chick in there, and she had snuck out, and we were fucking with her and shit, and RJ was fingering her and all this shit, and
That RJ, fucking RJ's married. He's in trouble now.
dude, luckily he's not, man. I still talk to dude every now and again, man. Shout out RJ, but
Shout
like,
out Sobajaskis.
yeah, and so he the chick's mom all of a sudden comes out, and my mom comes banging on the Sugar Shack door, and her mom's like, "Get your fucking ass up, get your fucking ass up," and fucking yelling and just bras in her fucking panties and shit. And I remember she had to get up. I don't know, man. I think she got in big trouble. I didn't talk to her until like high school after that. But
You're gonna have to let me know who that one is. I need some initials or something.
fuck, man. D, first name D, last name starts with an M. She was
Okay,
in. She was in. She was in like
we'll get it later.
when I was in seventh grade. She was in seventh grade too.
We'll get it later.
So she was like class of 2002. Anyway, she's still cool. I talked to her a few years ago. Like probably actually it's been like 10 years, but she's cool. I guess I don't know what she's up to now. But anyway, doesn't matter. Um, But that was one instance. I remember like the first time, like I like finger blasted a chick was in the fucking was in the Sugar Shack too, and Steele happened to be there, and this particular person's initials were D.
Fuck it, we can just say the names.
It doesn't matter. I'll say it again, man. Either way, man, it doesn't matter. But anyways, man, it wasn't the best experience, man. It was. I wish Steele was here so he could kind of spill it.
We got to put Steel on the show, man. Let Steel tell what it is. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
no, man. At this point, I'm
You
kind
probably
of
got
like,
some that I remember back then, man.
The whole point was, man, that shit was that shit was crazy, man. I don't know how many times, but I will say, I remember one time, this chick called me in the middle of the night and was like, "Hey, I want to come over." And I was like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm tired. Like, I'm not trying to have your crazy ass over, bitch. You're hella drunk." I was like in high school. I was a freshman. And she's like, "Yeah, we're going to come over. We're going to come over. We're over here at this chick's house drinking and shit." And I was like, "Oh, fuck, dude, no way." So I'll suck your dick. I'll do whatever, you know? And I was like, "No, fuck that. Like, this broad is crazy, dude.
Isn't
She's a
it weird
crazy."
how the fucking bitches do that?
Dude, it was wild. So anyways, I decided that night, I was like, I'm not going to sleep in here. I went inside the house, slept in the house. It was a weekend. And the next morning I got up and went out there, and I saw broken glass on the ground, and I was like, "Oh fuck, dude." I already knew fucking instantly that this crazy ass bitch had to come over. And I go in there, dude, and there's fucking blood everywhere, dude.
What the hell?
It looked like a fucking murder scene, bro. It was like there was fucking blood all over the fucking trailer, dude. Like blood on the fucking bed, blood on the fucking foot. I mean, drops of blood. So apparently this chick fucking broke the window out, like reached in to try to unlock the door, and somehow like she cut the fuck out of like her arm, dude.
She thought you were in there.
Yeah, because I wasn't answering the door. I was inside the house. I didn't hear none of the shit go down, but yeah, this bitch bled everywhere, dude. And so, dude, I knew exactly who it was, dude. So I ended up going over to the fucking house and being like, "Bitch, you need to fucking pay for this shit." I said in front of her mom, I was like, "Hey, your fucking daughter broke into my shit, bled all over the place. Someone's got to fucking pay for it." You know what I mean? I was pissed, dude. But anyways, man, there's a lot of shit, man, like where that shit went down. But that's where I started kind of drinking and shit. And then kicking it with Travis May my freshman year. I remember he had a 12-pack of Keystone Ice. Bro, we must have drank so much fucking Keystone Ice in high school.
That shit was fucking trash, dude. Keystone Ice.
$5 a 12-pack.
Natty Ice was good too. That shit was cheap.
Dude, I don't even remember drinking Natty Ice, but we drank Keystone
Natty
Ice
all the time.
Dude, it was back when they had that like silver and blue can, and like
what color is it now? It's not silver and blue.
No, it's black and blue now.
Oh,
But back when we were in high school, bro, it was $5. I remember because we would go on a Friday night. So I'd go to the football games, and I'd hit everybody up. "Yo, we're gonna have like a bonfire in the woods or whatever." It'd be like me and DJ Lunsford would go and just like hit everybody up. Hey, and Aaron Smith, and be like, "Hey, we're gonna go fucking we're gonna go have this bonfire in the woods and shit. Like, you know, you got any money throwing on beer?" Da, da, da. I remember one time we filled up DJ's bed of his truck with 12 packs of fucking Keystone Ice, dog.
Rest in peace. Shout out DJ Lunsford. Rest in peace.
Oh, rest in peace, bro. And we went up there past Meadowview where they had that weird cult shit up there.
Yeah, them motherfuckers are tripping.
Up
that dirt road?
Yeah, bro. And anyways, we went in there and had a party. And I remember we came back the next day. We didn't pick up our cans and shit. And I mean, who the fuck picks up? But anyways, there was fucking, it seemed like thousands of fucking beer cans out there, dude. Like, fuck it. It was crazy, dog. But Travis May, going back, Travis May had a 12-pack Keystone Ice. And that's what kind of just kicked it off for me, I guess, dude. And that's when I was like, I really started enjoying beer, which is good. Because, I mean, you know, somebody wise once said, beer is an acquired taste. So you might as well acquire a taste for cheap beer.
I've heard that before.
Yes, sir. So I remember we was drinking that shit warm in high school, dude. Rodeo cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were drinking beer fucking Steve Costa, Steve have JJ Jimenez. You know, I mean, one time I think it was the
Man,
last
you're
day
gonna
of
have to
school.
stop using these last names. Protect the innocent.
I know, bro. Well, JJ ended up he had a fucking 12 pack of Keystone, or sorry, Bud Ice. It was last day of school my freshman year, and I got fucked up, dude. And I went in Steve's car, ended up drinking that whole 12 pack in like 45 minutes, dude. I mean, I was just pounding those fucking beers, dude. I was wasted. I wake up in my fucking in the sugar shack, and I just hear hella chicks talking in there, and apparently Oscar fucking had a bunch of babes in there or something, and I was like, I didn't even give a fuck, bro. I was like, fuck, dude. I think I slept for like 2 hours and woke up with a fucking nasty hangover off that fucking Bud Ice, dude. I think that was the last time I drank Bud Ice. That shit's the worst, dude.
That's a shit ass beer. If you guys drink Bud Ice, stop drinking it.
That shit is disgusting. That shit is
Speaking of
disgusting.
that, my current drink of choice. You have one of these, dude.
Oh,
It's like Jim Beam Budweiser joint.
no, actually, I haven't even seen it out here, dude.
Yeah, it's called
Honestly,
Budweiser Copper Lager. It's like Jim Beam joint. Hella good. It's like 6.2.
do they age it in Jim Beam barrels or
Tastes like
something?
Jim Beam to me, sucker. It says right here. It says aged in on real barrel something. I can't.
Yeah,
Aged on real barrel staves.
yeah. So yeah. So they aged it in the Jim Beam barrel. That's pretty tight. No, dude, I haven't seen that. But that's funny that Budweiser's trying to compete with the barrel aged shit. And in
With
fact,
who?
actually, I got something right here that I've been kind of saving up. This is from Firestone. And you got to realize that this stuff, I mean, all of our California friends and shit, like we don't get a lot of this out here. And so, anyways, this is I mean, you see it because the reflection.
Oh yeah, Firestone. Yeah,
Yeah, this is a Firestone. I've had this since last year. This is the 2017 vintage.
it's open.
Um, no, bro. So, I mean, one thing a lot of people don't know is that actually I collect a lot of beer and trade a lot of beer, and I save a lot of shit. So, anyways, this is the anniversary ale from 2017. This is the 21
Yeah. Hey, you know Christmas is coming, right?
and open. I know, I know, man. Usually, I save these for when, when on the rare occasion that people come out here to Denver and actually want to hit me up. Um, you know, but yeah, this is 11.8%, bro.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this shit is pretty beefy,
Yeah.
but
I got that old that other shit now. I'm on that fucking Sublime, whatever the fuck this. Can you see that? Yeah. So
yeah, Ale Smith from
I'm moving on to that, dude, because
San
that
Diego.
Budweiser's cool, but
Nah, fuck that. That's expensive too for a 4 pack. That Sublime, that Mexican lager shit.
it's not very good.
No,
I mean,
maybe.
it's all right. I mean, it's beer. I'll get used to it. It's just like everything else. You take a beer and you actually drink. You drink, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them, and it all fucking tastes the same.
That's true.
Especially after you start drinking a lot, right? You might have 2 or 3 beers of the beer you actually like, and then
Yeah.
the rest of it is you just drink shit beer after that,
Right.
or else it's just a waste of beer, a waste of money.
Yeah.
So I buy this in the 6 pack over at the local joint, and they give me a bro deal on it. Whenever they have new stuff. So
Did it come in a 6 pack or did it come in a 4 pack?
came in a 6 fool.
Hmm.
The other thing is I'm tired of that stuff they do with the beer. Have you seen those new 6 pack plastic things that they put on the beer?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like that, dude.
It's like protect the
That could be.
turtles and shit.
Yeah, dude.
You know
That's
what I'm
that.
saying? Like,
A lot of people
so
like that shit because
it's like protect the turtles and the birds and
yeah,
whatever else is.
right.
The problem is
Shout out to the turtles.
when you pull it off, you literally shake the beer up, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Oh right.
Because they don't come
Pop
off
'em.
easily. There's no way to like just get it off. You got to
Yeah.
pull it, and it shakes the beer up. And so I did it the other day and pulled one off and handed it to somebody, and they opened it, and it was like spilled out. So then I did it myself, and it spilled out for my own beer. So that's a dumb design. I need a better design than that. I'm calling all you beer manufacturers out. Make me a better design, man. Stop messing my beer up.
Dude, it's a big thing, man.
That's
but
my
you're right.
rant. That's my rant of the day.
A lot of them have that, dude. When was it? When did you start drinking? Actually, I don't know why I've never asked you that question. Maybe I have. I just don't remember. But when was?
Dude,
Because you had
I
Sherman.
don't even know if I could answer that. So my older brother Sherman, everybody knows ATF. Shout out ATF. What you got? He
Rough
was
Riders.
yeah, Rough Riders. You know, little ATF shit he does. Uh, the I mean, he used to, like you said, like Tanner coming home on leave and stuff from the army. So he used to make me go places with him, dude. Like he used to take me around to all his little parties and all his spots, and basically he would introduce me to all his buddies. And this was when I was a freshman, so he would have just graduated high school and joined the army. And basically, he would take me around and introduce me to all his people, and that was good for me actually because they'd give me beer and shit. But then after he was back on base and shit, they were like looking out for me and shit like that. They that's ATF's little brother, this and that. So I think he had the nickname like Sherm Dog or some shit back then. But it was one of those things where everybody was, looking out for me. It kind of got annoying after a while. Sherman's little brother, this and that. But they used to give me beer, dude. So he took me to parties and shit in the woods and big bonfire joints and all this stuff that you were talking about.
But was that like junior high or was that like elementary even?
It had to be junior high school because he was in high school still. So that
Yeah.
had to, because we're 5 years apart. So that would have been when he was in high school and I was in junior high.
Yeah.
And so he used to take me around, but then he had this car and he would get wasted and the motherfucker couldn't drive at stick shift. so,
Oh,
so
you
I
couldn't
was,
drive a
I was,
stick shift for a long time either, dude. I remember in high school.
dude, the first time I drove stick was like 3 o'clock in the morning, driving that motherfucker home. You know what I'm saying? Like jerking the car all the way back home. Every stoplight we got to, I was dreading that bitch. But it was fucking horrible. It was horrible, dude. Horrible fucking driving that goddamn shit.
Yeah.
But that was my introduction into drink, was hanging out with him, dude. Like, partying and doing all that stuff that he used to do. And that dude used to party hard, dude. He still parties hard. Actually, this dude still parties hard as a motherfucker. We got to get him out to Denver too.
Old as fuck.
hey, me and Shavar were cracking on him the other day. Calling him we were in a group text and we were talking about old man, this and that. And then he didn't chime in till like 3 in the afternoon because he's just waking up. And when he did chime in, he was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers on one." So
yeah, all those fools from that class, all those dudes from that class, man, like
all of them, they're all the same.
all those punk ass, they're not even punk ass motherfuckers, but dude, hella beating us up when we were young and shit, man. Like I remember fucking getting it from like Tanner and all his fucking friends, dude. Like I remember the first time I met Tanner, I was in 6th grade. Dude, he was on leave. He was stationed in Germany at the time. And I remember it was like Steele's like, "Oh, this is my brother Tanner." Tanner just, and like we walked by and Tanner just kicked Steele in the ass. You know what I mean? I was just like, dude, I was a dick, man. We were like, but the one thing is though, man, is that we always got along. But all those guys from that class, I feel like that was like the last, like your brother and Ed and Tanner
and Naichi too. Naichi.
Yeah, fucking Naichi. I haven't seen Naichi in a long time.
Yeah, Naichi and Ed. That's the last of a dying breed right there.
Yeah. All those cats were mad cool, man. But like they were kind of like dicks to us when we were kids and shit. But
for good reason, though.
They still had our back, like tough. You know what I mean?
For good reason. I mean, they were grooming us. You know what I'm saying? So we had to take over. So that's the way it goes. I mean, they cool as fuck, cool ass cats right there. And now all the motherfuckers.
Kids aren't like that anymore, man. It's fucking like kids like because nobody fucks with them, and if they do, then it's like bullying, and it's like, oh, fucking, you guys are assholes, depressed, and all this shit, man. It's like, just like kids aren't tough, not very much anymore. You know what I mean?
They're not resilient. I think that's the word that is now socially acceptable is resiliency. You have to be resilient, right?
Everybody's just so PC about shit, man, and and
I'm totally PC too. Everything I do is I'm always politically correct in every conversation that I have. That was a horrible joke, man. I know. Yeah.
So anyways, man, yeah. But then I guess when we got into high school is when it got pretty heavy, man. That's the only thing there is to do in the town where we grew up, man. It was just, I mean, it's just like any small town America,
It's just like America. That's what everybody does everywhere.
Because all there is to do is drink, do drugs,
And
and
do
fuck.
women.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. Is and
That's
hook up. So
I mean, there's so many different ways to mix it up, but it all ends up the same way. We
yeah,
all go out to hang out, and usually to hang out with chicks, right? So you're hanging out with your boys and stuff, but then I mean, that's the first thing on your mind is, oh, where's Whoop Whoop? Where's this girl? Where's that girl? Where's the crew? Right?
yeah.
So we can get them together with us and
Wasn't that
whatever.
a
So
thing? Isn't that a thing?
same goal, dude. Same goal. And you had them little notches in your bedpost, running it up. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I can't say exactly when I started drinking, but it happened and it never stopped. There's
I remember going. Remember being at parties and shit, and the next day there would be, you're like looking around the house and shit, and you open up the microwave and there's like a couple beers in the microwave, or you like look in the fucking oven and there's beers in the
what's
oven.
funny is that that's something we got to talk about, dude, is why we had to hide beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you remember we always had to hide beer, like, because you'd pitch in money and then everybody would get their whatever. Hey, I put in $3, I put in $4. We bought X number of cases of beer, and then we'd
Yeah,
have to grab our beers and like tuck them and hide them and put them
yeah,
places where people wouldn't find them.
yeah. You put like two beers in each pocket, maybe one beer in each back pocket.
Hell yeah! And I
Like,
used to go outside and like put them in the backyard or something.
right, right. But the good thing is when I show up at parties, and then if you were there, I'd be like, oh fuck, Maurice got some beer for me, dude. I already know.
Already, here it is, fool. Here it
You know
is.
what I
You
mean?
had that.
So yeah, every fucking time I knew, I was like, this,
I grabbed my beer and your beer.
yeah, sneaky fucking Mo. So I knew that you had at least one tuck somewhere. So that shit was mad funny, dude.
I still
But
do that.
that shit
No joke. I still do
tucking
that. Like, if I go to somebody's house, like a party or something,
yeah,
and I have access to beer, like, I'll make sure that I get one. Like, it's running low. Oh, I'm gonna get this one and I'm gonna get the other one too. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Just to make sure I have an extra.
yeah. Cause dude, yeah, I remember that shit. But yeah, man, I think, and then everybody knew, man, I went crazy in high school, obviously with drinking, dude, because I didn't really do any drugs. You know what I mean? So weed wasn't my thing. Everybody knew I didn't smoke weed. Um, but I just went completely fucking overboard with drinking and did from then on. You know what I mean? I mean, I've had like little stints where I, hadn't drank or whatever. But but yeah, man, like that shit was that was a crazy time. There's nothing else to fucking do in that fucking time, man.
No,
I
and you
mean,
know
I think
what?
there was actually. I just don't think that we really took advantage of the shit that there was to do there.
Took
Like
advantage of what? There's nothing to do there. Everybody knows that.
I don't know, man. It's like I think because when I moved to Colorado, I got more into like the outdoorsy thing. You know what I
Dude,
mean? That's
teenagers don't do that shit.
huh?
Teenagers don't go outside,
Yeah, you're right.
outdoors. Only thing they wanted house parties and shit, or they want to, be somewhere else. We don't do that. Let's go climb a mountain, motherfucking shit, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right. We didn't do any of that shit.
Who
In
does
fact,
that?
I don't think I went hiking one single time in high school.
The dirt bike thing, we should ride dirt bikes and shit. Everybody does that, but that's not like a thing you do on Friday night.
Yeah, no, there ain't shit. But it's just funny, man, because the last time I was in Susanville
The
was,
village,
I think the last time I was there was, man, I don't know. It's been about at least 11 years, and it was crazy because I saw a lot of people that we went to. I mean, given I think I was like 20, 24 at the time. I'm 35 now, so I think given 24, so it seemed like a long time, but I guess it was like 5 years since we'd been out of high school, 5 or 6 years. But um, it was like everybody was just like still the same, dude, and it was crazy. Like,
you're right.
I mean, no, I mean, I don't care. It doesn't bother me or anything, but it was just so crazy. It was like almost like time stopped, and then it was like I went back there, and then time started. You know what I mean? It was like it just seemed like it never, like nothing ever changed or anything. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been back there since, so maybe it has. I don't fucking know. I heard they got a Ross now. So I mean,
I talked to a few
I heard
people
they got
back there.
yeah,
Um, I've talked to a few people, and it's the same, dude. Nothing's changed. It's a dying town.
my dude. Yeah, my do. And remember that house? The one
That's
that
a
was like,
nice house.
it was nice. That was like, that was Oscar's old house.
Yeah, it's a
And
really
then
nice house.
his parents moved out. We moved in. And then it was a cool house. But anyways, I was over at that house and somebody came over and had like a fifth of tequila of Jose. And I took it and I drank like the whole fucking bottle in about like 15 minutes, dude.
I have never drank that much in my fucking life.
Not only did I like, I mean, I was like 17 at the time, but I drank that whole fucking bottle. I might even have been 16. And I drank that whole fucking bottle in about 15, 20 minutes tops. I just fucking chugged that fucking bottle of Jose Cuervo, dude. And I think at the time, I'd gotten some fucking Ritalin or something from somebody. Um, for those of you that don't know, like the youngsters that are doing Adderall and shit nowadays, back then we had fucking Ritalin. So, anyways, I think I'd like pop some Ritalin or snort some Ritalin or something stupid like that, and um, I was fucked up, dude. And I think like I like took a shower, I got out, started trying to put my shirt on like it was pants, and fucking Steele was like, dude, that's the drunkest. He told my mom, like, that's the drunkest I've ever seen this fool. So they end up taking me to the hospital when I was up there by Diamond View. It was Steele, Tony, and Alicia. And yeah, man, all I remember is I woke up in the fucking hospital, strapped to the fucking bed. That was the first time that's ever happened to me, but it's happened a few times since. And so yeah, man, but they said my blood alcohol level was like 0.42 or some shit like that. And they were tripping because the doctor's like, man, he shouldn't have a taunt. He should be dead. You know what I mean? Like you're pretty much playing with death at point 0.4. But for like a 16-year-old, you know, that's like unheard of shit. So, but yeah, so I had like a 0.42, woke up and had to go to probation the next day and explain to them. And that's when they sent me to Napa. I don't know. I think a lot of people might have remembered that, like when I got sent to Napa for rehab. But we'll talk about that another time because that's a super fun story too. But
oh, it's a whole nother one.
Yeah, but since we're talking about how we got into drinking and shit, you know, it was like that was pretty much it. But I remember, you know, just drinking hard alcohol. One time, in fact, you know, let's talk about this. I remember that one time when, man, I think I was like a sophomore. I was fucked up, and you was over at your girl's house, and I drank all her fucking parents' brandy, and I was fucked up, bro. And that shit was just crazy, man. Like that whole situation, and then you had to like, I think you knocked me out.
That's another story.
And so
that's like another story.
Dude, I mean, it's like, dude, if people know me, they know these things like happen to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's another story because that
drunk fucking asshole. You know what I mean?
The whole way that happened is a completely different story to tell.
Yeah, but that shit is still hilarious. So we'll touch on it another time. But that shit was awesome. Like you end up fighting with your friends, and it's like you just make up. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like a thing where it's like, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but I mean, everybody that I knew that had gotten into a fight, they just make up. You know what I mean? Like you see them the next day, the bitches, man. I think I saw more chick fights than I saw dude fights, dude. Honestly, I saw some good fucking chick fights, dude. And yeah, like they, everybody, it was just kind of what you do. You know what I mean? And I think but that's great because I think that like made a lot of people tough. You know what I mean? Because it was like, you know.
I mean, that's the way it is, man. You know,
that's how it is, man. Growing up in small towns, man, you fight with your friends, and it's like everybody's like brothers, man. It's like, you know, it's like fighting with your brothers and shit. But, fuck, man, I don't even know how many times like I got drunk, fucking being a drunk asshole, man, and got fucking punched or some shit, you know. But at the same time, it's like helped me out throughout my life. You know what I mean? I can take a fucking punch, dude. So, but you know, I can give them too. So, but that was like, I think the biggest part of like growing up and drinking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking kegs, dude. Kegs out in the woods.
Yeah. All that stuff. I mean, that's the way it is. Hey, you guys got something to say? You can always call us, you know, at our phone number, 213-349-1145. Make sure you leave a voicemail or text us. Let us know what you have to say about the show.
if you guys have anything, that you guys can think of, anybody out there that grew up in small towns or whatever, like, shoot us a message,
Fuck, I don't care if you grew up in a small town or a big town.
big town, whatever,
If
man.
you got
Like,
some interesting shit to say, you can
if you're,
email us.
especially if you have a funny story about how you started drinking or the first time you drank.
Hell yeah.
Not like, oh, I just got so fucked up that I fucking puked everywhere and shit. But I mean, you know, maybe you started
If
a
the
house on fire.
outcome was funny, if you got busted, if you hit some chick, if you did something really stupid and it's funny, whatever, not just I got drunk and threw up and passed out, let us know, dude. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We can get that on the show. We can get you on the phone, speakerphone or what have you. We can get you on the live chat. We can get you on the video if you want to be on the video. But if you got some funny story about the first time you drank, just let us know and we will get you on here.
Or if you got a funny story about me drinking, I mean, I'm sure you probably remember it more than I do. So, I mean, uh, yeah, remind me, and I'll speak on it. You know what I mean? So, any of you cats out there that was growing up with me and had some fucking crazy story about me, yeah, call it in. Go ahead and
If
give
you
me the
got a
number.
crazy story about him from last weekend, let us know.
Yeah, if you got one about Mo, let us know. So, what's the number, Mo? It's
213-349-1145 or
say it again.
BeerBabesBadLuck at gmail.com. You can hit us on the tweeters and the what is that, the book face, and then the and the other one, the gram, whatever the kids are calling that shit today.
IG.
So, huh?
Kids are on IG.
Yeah, IG, that thing. So you can hit us on all those. We do check them. So that's the easy way to get a hold of us.
Some
So
chick
of
called it
course,
Insta the other day. She's like, I gotta post this on Insta. I was
Insta,
like,
whatever the fuck they call it, it's all the same shit.
fuck it. That's
But yeah, hit us on there, and we'll get you on the show.
all right, man. Well, till the next time.